This right here is the Bubble 75, a mechanical keyboard. But is it worthy to be my endgame keyboard? In this video I will tell you why it might be my endgame keyboard. Around 1 year ago I built my first mechanical keyboard. This one right here. And I even made a video about it. I was totally invested into the hobby of building and fine-tuning mechanical keyboards, and around that time I also bought the Bubble 75. But I was very impatient and bought myself the NK87 Entry Edition because even though I thought I would get along with the 60% layout, I really wasn't. Don't get me wrong, you can do everything you want with a 60% keyboard, but you have to use different layers and that can be inconvenient sometimes. I was simply missing my delete key, I wanted back my arrow keys, and finally I wanted my F row back. So that is what I used the past few months. But a few days ago, 11 months after I bought the Bubble 75, I finally received it in the mail. And here it is. The metal plastic sandwich that I have waited for so long. My keyboard has the color E-white and I really have to say that the paint job on that thing is perfect. I could not find any scratches or marks in and on the keyboard. Also in the box there was the PCB, gaskets, the daughter board, a lot of screws, actually more than you need, and 2 ribbon cables. All the foam and the plate, in my case polycarbonate, were stored and already installed in the keyboard case itself. I already had a set of Staebies stabilizers ready to go, and also the switches were all looped up and filmed for at least 2 months. So I immediately started working on the keyboard. The switches I use are the Novelkeys Cream switches. I know, you love them or you hate them, but I really enjoy using them. At first I used my PBT Die-Sub Cherry Milkshake keycaps by Novelkeys, but I later decided to go with my GMK ThinkCaps. And I will explain why in a second, but first what you've all been waiting for, this sound test. So which one do you like more? I personally love the sound of the keyboard with the GMK ThinkCaps. The stabilizers sound very clean in my opinion, and I really enjoy the pop sound that this keyboard has. It sounds like marbles to me. I don't know. The typing experience is hands down the best I ever had. Very smooth and bouncy. I guess the bounciness comes from the flex cuts on the PCB and that the PCB is gasket mounted to the keyboard case. And finally, the aesthetics. I thought I would not like the GMK ThinkCaps on my E-white Bubble 75, but I was definitely proven wrong. The look really has grown on me. So I love the looks of the keyboard and I love the sound of it. But is it my endgame keyboard? Well, the answer to that question is a clear yes. I don't know if there is such a thing as an endgame keyboard, but if there is, my Bubble 75 is very close to it. With its 75% layout, it has the perfect layout size for me, with all the keys I need on a daily basis without any inconvenience. It feels and sounds good, but it's not too loud while typing, which is important for me. As you could see in the video, I use the keyboard as an ISO and ANSI hybrid. That means that I use the ANSI layout, but can still use all my language-specific ISO keycaps. If you want to know how I did that, watch the video in the corner. And if you want to know how to build a mechanical keyboard like the Bubble 75 yourself, you can watch my tutorial video on that as well. So for now, I have found my Endgame keyboard. But there are still some keycap sets waiting just behind the horizon, so stay tuned for that. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day and stay safe.